We're going to be taking a look at another very old baseball game for the Nintendo 64. This one's called All-Star Baseball 2001, released by Acclaim Sports. And I'm really excited to take a look at this one because I think it's a lot of fun and very, very good for its time, just in terms of like the gameplay and the features. But anyway, you'll see, as well as the graphics. The graphics are really good. So I'm just gonna show off an exhibition game to start with. It gives you a couple different options. You do arcade, quick play, or MLB play. So let's go with the MLB play exhibition mode. Computer team doesn't really matter, so we'll let them be the Brewers. And for me, I will be playing the Diamondbacks if I can find them. So in 2001, the Diamondbacks had a really good team, and in particular they had Randy Johnson pitching, who is one of my favorite pitchers ever. So if we take a look at our lineup, got some really good hitters: Luis Gonzalez, Matt Williams. Like their average, look at their averages in the middle of the lineup. Crazy. 336, 303, 329. And then we got Randy Johnson, of course, as the starting pitcher there. And yeah, let's play ball. We're playing on veteran difficulty. Alright, let's get into it. So you'll notice right away that the graphics are really good for a Nintendo 64 release. I mean, clearly if you compare them to today's graphics, they're not very impressive, but at the time, pretty good, especially for someone who just finished playing a season of King Griffey Jr. Slugfest. Alright, so I'm pitching first. Of course, I'm Randy Johnson. The pitching system is, I think, really fun. So you see here that it's giving me the option to choose my my pitches with the C buttons, which is actually the analog stick on my controller, but C buttons. So let's hit him with a opening changeup here.
The pitch is fouled away, well out of play.
Yeah, so the gameplay is really good, and it kind of feels like baseball in a way that a lot of games just don't.
The pitch is popped up into foul.
So the feel is really, really good, I will say.
The count is 0-2.
Let's see if we can strike him out with a high fastball up in the zone.
Struck him out.
Nice.
Now, next to the dish, Ron Bell.
Yeah, so the pitching is great. Like it's fun, and it feels realistic in a very impressive way. It also reminds me of the MLB The Show games. I had
Line drive.
one of those for PS2 back in the day. I think it was like
He's safe.
The Show 07 or 06 or something. And that's what the pitching quite honestly reminds me of, in a good way. Okay, see if we can hit him with a weird breaking ball here.
It gets past
Well, that was in the dirt.
He got nailed.
Nice! I wasn't sure we were going to get him there. Okay. Start him with a fastball.
Fastball. Swung on and missed.
So normally when I'm playing these games, I will default to, oh, I think he's going to beat it out. That's awkward. Oh well.
Infield hit.
Normally I'm going to be playing the Blue Jays because they're the team that I grew up watching. But in this particular instance, because I just like the 2001 Diamondbacks so much, I have to play as them, of course. Randy Johnson, one of the most interesting pitchers.
Line drive.
I think we can get that one, maybe. Ooh, that was a nice no-look over-the-shoulder catch, that one. Okay, so now it's our turn to hit. And so the hitting is something that I'm still somewhat getting the hang of, as you can probably tell. It's so how it works is the pitcher
Line drive.
has that little cursor. Maybe he'll beat it out. He's fast.
He's in there.
Nice.
Stepping
So the computer pitcher will, you can tell roughly where he's going to pitch by where the cursor goes. Like here, he's aiming up and inside.
breaking ball.
But it doesn't tell you where the pitch is going to end up, like in that case, because that was a curveball, I think. So there was a lot of, that's changeup. There was a lot of movement on the ball. So although you can kind of tell where the pitch is starting, you don't know where it's going to end up, which makes the
Curve.
hitting
Side for a ball.
like I would say difficult enough without being like punishing. So there's definitely
Fastball. Up and away for a ball.
a sort of technique to it that I think is really interesting, and it's kind of fun. Even though I'm not very good at it yet, it's
High fly ball.
that might get past. Nope,
He makes the catch.
unfortunately not.
Now next to the dish. Luis Gonzalez.
But yes, I'm still kind of in the process of learning how to do it consistently, like how to hit consistently.
Breaking ball.
But I like it. It's also realistic in a way that you don't see in a lot of, you don't necessarily see in a lot of these, especially older games. And so the first first exhibition that I played in this game,
Changeup. Side for a ball.
when I was testing it, I hit like 4 home runs in the space of 2 innings, and I was like, wow, this game is really easy.
He's out at second.
Oh, you legged it out. And then I was like, I wonder if that's a fluke.
Now back.
And then I kept playing, and I was like, oh yeah, that was a fluke, because it is indeed very difficult to reliably hit, at least for me. So there's no guarantees that I'm going to win this game that I'm demonstrating.
Line drive.
Although that's gonna fall and get past him. Might be able to score because Tony Womack is really fast, and we are able to score. Nice. So yeah, the hitting is kind of a matter of guessing where the pitch is going to end up based on where the cursor goes before it's thrown. So like if he puts the cursor up over the zone,
Changeup. Out.
then you can guess that it's going to be some kind of like sinker or curveball or something that will end up in the zone. But if it's here, it's probably going to be like a changeup or a, well, that was a slider. But yeah, so you have to, there's an element of guesswork, which is actually kind of cool, and oh, that was a beautiful pitch, which is kind of cool and realistic in a way that I quite appreciate. So it's our turn to pitch again.
Line drive. Too short. They just got him.
Not a wonderful throw, but we were able to get him out there. So this is probably some weird thing that's gonna,
Breaking ball.
yeah,
In there for a strike.
it's impossible. I don't know how to hit that. I'm hoping he's just gonna throw something simple and like a fastball like that.
To center.
That just barely dropped in.
In the batter's box. Travis Lee.
It would be nice to hit another home run because it's been a minute. Okay, so this is absolutely hilarious. Look how fucking tall he is. He's so tall that his head is basically scraping the top of the screen. Man, that's funny. It's really a shame that pitchers don't hit anymore in Major League Baseball. Like,
Hit hard on the ground.
oh, nice. Actually got a hit with the insane giant Randy Johnson.
Hit.
I think just the mere existence of Randy Johnson is a source of delight to me. It's hard to explain. I was watching this
Misses high.
this video someone did about, well, the Arizona Diamondbacks in this period, and they had like, these commercials with Randy Johnson in them, and I swear to God, they're the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life.
A lot of people wonder what pitchers do when they're not playing. I, for example, have a paper out.
That's too bad. So we weren't able to get any more offense going in that inning. I wonder what it would be like if I was playing on an easier difficulty. But I don't really want to. I enjoy sort of the challenge of the higher difficulties, because sometimes it's fun to just rack up whatever 20 runs in an inning, but sometimes it's really not. Sometimes you want to feel like you could lose, and I would say that this game is not super hard, but it's hard enough to it's intuitive, which is something that I really like about it, and I think you can kind of see. Ooh, that's gonna get past him. Certainly is extra bases. But what was I saying? Well, you can see that if you've played other baseball video games, you kind of begin to have a sort of an intuitive feel for the controls, because they all sort of iterate on each other in a certain sense. But so this wasn't hard to learn at all. It was quite intuitive, the gameplay, which another point in its favor. And it also has a good number of extra features, which we will take a look at. Yes, sometimes there's this weird carnival music that starts playing in the background. I'm not sure about that choice. I really like the Diamondbacks' horrible purple uniforms. I feel like that's... Oh, that's... I thought that was going to go through him. I feel like maybe that's a hot take, because they are kind of horribly ugly. It's like something you would find in a thrift store. Oh, thank God I thought that was going to be a home run. The fielding's okay. I would say not the easiest thing in the world to get the hang of, but I think the more I play, the better I'll get at fielding. I don't think it's a gameplay issue. I think it's a skill issue. Lock in with my pitch choices here. Sometimes after I've been pitching for a while, I get kind of lazy and I just start throwing whatever. But that time we were able to strike him out. Alright, it'd be nice if we could get a little more offense going here. Really not sure about how to hit home runs more consistently. I wish I could figure that out. So yeah, if I need to put my little blue box close to where the pitch ends up in order to hit it, but if it's a pitch with movement, then if it's a pitch with movement, then I need to even maybe move the cursor, while it's being pitched, but that's a level of skill that I don't have yet. Great, that's 7 strikeouts, I believe. Oh, 6 strikeouts for Randy. It's pretty good in 4 innings. Another thing I like about this game a lot is that the players actually look like the real players. Because there's enough level of detail that you can they actually resemble the people that they're supposed to be, which I think is pretty cool. Caught him looking. Beautiful. That's beautiful graphics. I mean, come on, for 2001, that's good. That's really good. Maybe my standards are too low. I wonder if I can bunt. I don't know how to bunt. I don't know what the button is. Maybe we won't worry about that. I thought maybe it was gonna curve. That's okay. See, if the computer threw nothing but curveballs, I think I would be screwed. Tony might beat it though. Yeah, no throw. That was rough. Ooh, that was on the corner though. That was it actually hit the corner. That should have been a strike. Okay. That works too. So yeah, it's really fun actually pitching in this game. Like, people often say that baseball video games are mostly fun for the hitting. In this case, at least so far, I'm actually enjoying the pitching more. Probably because I haven't really gotten the hang of the changeup always gets me. Probably because I'm haven't gotten the hang of hitting yet. I mean, kind of. I don't want to lay out the triple because I'm not really sure about the timing yet, so we'll just stick with that. Matt Williams is a really good hitter. And this looks like it's going to be some kind of change-up or... Nope. Certainly was not. Ugh, it's probably going to fucking curve, isn't it? Well, at least I'm... sort of... Why would you run? No! No! So we're at the top of the 7th. I think it's entirely possible that I could pitch the whole game with Randy. But just to show off the feature, if nothing else, I will warm up a pitcher. So in this game, you actually have to physically go into your bullpen and choose somebody to warm up. So let's do that. So just in case I end up getting tired, I can.
Looks like there's some activity in the bullpen.
But I like that. I like the sort of micromanagement aspect where you have to actually, like, you know, warm up your pitcher. I think the show had that feature as well, if I recall. Maybe not. Maybe it was a different game.
Struck him out. He's having a tough game.
Having a tough game. Ooh, that is rough. How many strikeouts? I gotta check. I'm obsessed with this. 10 strikeouts in 6 innings. That's insane. I was watching a video. All of my YouTube recommendations have now become baseball, which is funny. But I was watching a video about how pitchers don't pitch as many innings as they used to. Partly because of the demands of, like, velocity. Like, everyone wants pitchers to be able to pitch 100 miles an hour or whatever, 95, 100. And for that reason, pitchers just can't pitch as much physically without destroying their... And they do destroy their arms anyways. Whereas back in the day, like in this era and, you know, some years after it, like, pitchers could go 250 innings in a season, which is very much not the case anymore. And I think it's really sad that kind of people's arms are expected to be injured. I think that's really bad. I mean, throwing 100 miles an hour is cool and everything, but, you know, a workhorse pitcher who can, like, literally throw 300 innings in a season, that's more impressive to me. And I think pitching that's more about, like,
In the gap.
Look, just barely got that. Pitching that's more about like control and finesse is more interesting anyways, in my opinion, to watch than, you know, people whose only thing is they can throw 100 miles an hour. I mean, that can be cool too, but, you know, as one thing that I don't like very much about modern baseball. Okay. Also the fact that pitchers don't hit anymore. I know people say that that's good in some way, but I think it's I don't know. I think it's funny, for instance, to watch, for instance, Randy Johnson in the batter box. But maybe injuries are a concern. I don't really know. So I'm probably gonna pull Randy soon. Because he's getting tired. So I'll have somebody else also start warming up. In my bullpen. So let's warm up, I don't know, Omar. But yeah, fantastic game by Randy there. Oh, if he'd been faster, I might have been able to get that. Here's old Randy. I want to see, just one final time, I want to check his... Oh my god. So he pitched 8 innings. I'm going to pull him next inning. Pitched 8 innings, 6 hits, no runs, no earned run, no walks, 13 strikeouts. That's crazy. That's a crazy... Why do I keep burping? That's a crazy, crazy game. That's going to be fair. Great. Now let's see if I can steal it, get him into scoring position. Oh, I was trying to steal. I don't know why it didn't let me. That's okay. Aw, come on. So, what does Kim throw again? Changeup, curveball, slider, fastball. Okay. So Randy's pitching was, you know, godlike. I probably could have left him in the last inning, but that's fine. And we just gotta make sure we don't choke here. Beautiful, because there's not much room for error here. If we let in even a single run, it's gonna be tied. And I don't trust myself to be able to easily score again. Oh, I don't know. That was awfully close. And let's go back to the fastball. See if he'll chase low and away. And he did. Very nice. Well, we did it. Just squeaked out that win. I think we can thank Randy Johnson for that one. The offense was not great. We had that one RBI single, I think, from Matt Williams. Alright, so that's the exhibition mode. Now it does have some other like game modes and features that I think are pretty comprehensive. So it's got, well, create a player function, which for me is always a big thing. It's got a player draft. I haven't actually tried that yet, but I think I will. And it's also got a season mode. That's also cool. That's something that I may show off in more depth later. But for now, let's take a look at the create a player, because I think that's fun. It was actually pretty good. So if I can remember the weird controls, here we go. So what do we want to call them? Something that doesn't take too long. Let's call them. I don't know. We'll just call them something silly. Zed Bond. Yeah, that's a. You can change the birth date. I don't know what that affects. I don't know if like age is a thing that affects anything. I have no idea. You can change his position. You can choose how he hits the ball, which is pretty cool. And you can choose, there's actually a really good selection of different batting stances, like really impressive variety. You got, you know, a lot of famous hitters, like Thomas, Tim Salmon. Let's do Tim Salmon. It was one of the players that I had on my team in Ken Griffey. Even how he follows through, which is cool. I don't know what these mean. Wide. I think we'll stick with normal. Okay. Yeah, so that's pretty cool. And then there's another... How do I get to the next part? Next screen start. So attributes. Let's make him like a... So I find, like, although the gameplay is intuitive, sometimes the controls for these kinds of screens aren't. So it'll be a little bit weird. Like, I think I have to press the shoulder buttons. So it doesn't let you max out everything. You kind of have to decide what you want. So I think I'll make him like a defensive guy. Yeah, so yeah, it doesn't let you max it out. It wants you to have it be at least a little bit balanced. But yeah. So there's a couple things that I'm kind of always looking for in old sports games, or really any sports game, is like, does it let you do a draft, fantasy draft? Does it let you create a player? And does it let you do a season? Those things are really important for me, for what I'm looking for. And this game has all of those things. So, which I really appreciate. Okay, the draft is done. So, review by team. We can see who got what. So I let the computer pick for me in this case, because it would have taken a million years otherwise. It looks like it picked Mo Vaughn, Matt Williams, blah blah blah. It's fine. That's pretty cool, yeah. So I would say overall, really fun game. Has a lot of really good features in it. The gameplay is really good. Once I get the hang of hitting more, I think I'm gonna like it even more. Pitching is fantastic. Graphics are great. The controls, like, in the menus are a little bit weird and hard to get a hang of. A little bit non-intuitive, but the controls, like, in-game are really good. So, you know, if you're able to get over the little bit of awkwardness with the menu controls, then it's not really a huge deal. And it also has that help menu up at the top, which I think it would be impossible if it didn't have that. So yeah, great game. I would recommend it. And that's gonna be it for today. I might do like a season of this game. I might do, I don't know, something with it. But for now, yeah, thanks for watching and have a good day.